Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy, Sir Drinks a Lot. You tuned in to Lap It Up, my drink review series. Today's drink of choice is actually a twofer, but I don't have the second half. This is the Zero Sugar Coca-Cola, the old white label. Fairly recent change. Coke's got a new black label Coke. I mean, it's always black, but the lettering has got a new flavor, a new intensity, supposedly. Supposedly, I've actually tried it. It's actually pretty good, but I want to, obviously, it's like, oh, I've never tried this before review. Now, I have been working over and trying to get into some zero drinks, and somebody gave me one and I drank it, and I was like, okay, this is not so bad. I mean, the change isn't, it's like a subtle, it's not a big change. It's a bit of a subtle change. You can definitely taste the intensity is a little different. So we're going to crack open one of the old style, and then we're going to do the new ones. So, nutritional facts, 0 calories, 0 all the way down, except for sodium, which is 60 milligrams, which honestly isn't that bad. So, it's good. And being a Coke fan, and just so we're clear, I am currently on day, well, I haven't actually been keeping track of the days, but it's been a good, like 2 or 3 weeks now, that I haven't had any sugar sodas. It's been just, I wonder if it's me or, oh, it's a trash. I'm going into town and taking some trash. I currently have some house guests, so it's been kind of one of those things where I've been like, okay, helping out some friends, and I have people at the house, so it's house-wise, it's been kind of like, oh, you know, I'm usually a hermit. I have my dog and my 2 cats, and we are family. Now I have a mattress on the living room floor, someone sitting on the couch. So I've got two people in the living room, and I've got 2 people in the back bedroom, and it's nice. The only problem I've had really is that I don't have the freedom to move around my house as one usually would, say, in one's undergarments. But as you do, the best thing about it is just having people there. I have people to talk to, which is nice. That talk back. It's awesome. Though I think I can't decide if I'm annoying them or if by interaction with me they're annoying me and I'm getting annoyed with them. Not like in a horrible way, but in kind of like oh wow, the house sold. Huh. That wasn't on the market for very long. Sorry, it's just near me. See, ADHD. You're gonna have to deal with this. If you're new to the channel, yeah, a house had an elderly couple in it. I believe they passed away. The house had been unused for a year, maybe even more. It just recently got like a big overhaul. Small house, even got a paved-in driveway, which, you know, is like, oh wow, go for you. Remember, I'm rural Texas. Paved driveways, he's a rich man. Anyway, and so there's been a sign outside for a good couple of months. In the last 3 weeks, they paved the drive and they put tape in front of it. And I think today's the first day I haven't seen tape, and there was a car parked out front. So, nice. It's got an initial good flavor, a really good initial flavor. Afterwards, there's a little bit of a sweetness that kind of, I don't want to say gummy, because that's not right, but it is an extra sweet, kind of a syrupy taste right there at the end, and it kind of stays in the mouth for a little bit. But it's not a bad flavor. It's just, it's one of those things where, like, I'm used to drinking Coke, and this is the, oh, interesting. So, but yeah, it's I don't want to stare at the information while I'm driving, but yeah, it's anyway, yeah. So anyway, back to, yeah, I have house guests, and the animals are probably the only downside. Is that Gin, my golden lab, is all over them, and in ways that socially aggravate me, because I've been trying to train him not to jump up on people. He jumps up, but he doesn't jump up on you. He hasn't been necessarily doing that. He has jumped up. I think he has been jumping up lightly on people, not barreling them over, but that's been kind of bothering me a little bit. I was like, okay, we're not supposed to be jumping up on people. And I've caught him at least with one of the people licking them in the face, or not fully. It's like licking at them, really close to their face, and I can't tell if the guy's avoiding it or if he's just licking in general. But yeah, that's been one of the things where I've been like, okay, I've had to tell him to stop doing that. Like, stop, and and because we don't lick face, lick hands. I don't. If you don't want him to lick your feet, just tell him to lick your feet. But I don't want him like barreling over little kids and then licking their faces and scaring them, and then them screaming and that hyping him up or scaring him, and so on and so forth. So it's really frustrating. Delivering food. That's not a good idea I would do well. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do with DoorDash, These are parked out on the side of the road, on a 4-lane urban area. It's very slow, but he's got his hazards on, and he's walking to the house where he's delivering the food. Okay, cool. But yeah, anyway, as I was trying to say, but yeah, he's been jumping up, and Lucy, she's a sweetheart. She's everybody's best friend. She's up on everybody. She's happy. She's licking people. She's having a good time. She's laying in the sun. Nothing is bothering her. Izzy spent the first 2 days in my bedroom. But now, when they were asleep, he would get out of the bedroom and go eat, and kind of sniff around. But he stayed mostly in the bedroom for the first 2 days, and is just now kind of coming out of his jail. He's coming out of his cage, and he's been doing just fine. Gotta be down because he wants it all. But yeah, and it's been a fun time having everybody around. Though I get a little worried that I'm not entertaining enough. But then again, I also don't want to get too much, like push too much to entertain, because I got a life too, they brought in their toys, their tablets and stuff, so they're doing okay. But also, like, I hear one of them in the bedroom watching Crunchyroll on their phone, and I'm like, ain't nobody using the TV, bud, get on, But they're used to doing that at home too, so actually the one doing it's one of the older adults, and I didn't say anything to him, but he was watching it alone. He's probably like watching his own particular shows, and he's used to doing that. Is my guess. And there's nothing against him. Nothing against him. He's a good guy. But it's like I worry that when I see stuff like that, I'm like, you can use TV if you want, and they know that, and it's my insecurity. I'm worried that I'm not being a good host, and yeah. But they've been really awesome, and it's been nice having people at the house because, yeah, it is different, and there are points where I'm a little, it's that there are people in my house. I can't do what I want to do. Or, like, for example, late at night, and they've gone to bed, I need to put in my headphones to play my games because the audio would be too loud and they're sleeping. I'm like, well, I'm gonna crank up my volume and immerse myself, and yeah. But that's the brain, that's your selfish brain going, "Urgh." And I'm just like, it's fine. It's So I end up doing something else, and I'll play later, or I've actually been doing a bit of not necessarily writing, writing, but more content editing, and I'm working up a data file. When you create a world where there's a passage of time and the past matters, you want to have kind of a timeline. A good author will have already created this timeline, and before writing a story. Okay, I know a lot of authors don't necessarily do that, or they do that as they're writing it or whatever. Well, I finished this book, and then I started a sequel, and then I've done like 2 or 3 offshoots of this story that will have to be put in the timeline as well, with dates and everything, because at some point in the future, if these books ever do get published, fans will do it. And the reason why people are like, oh, you think you're going to be famous? I was like, somebody might read my book and really enjoy it and be interested. There are people who are a fan of feet pics, for fuck's sake. There's nothing fascinating about people's feet. I say that, and then there are people who make their jobs about feet. And feet are important. You need feet. Feet get you where you want to go. I mean, even in a car or a truck, they get you where you want to go. They step on pedals. They do things. If you don't have feet, it makes it harder. Much harder. So, yeah. But I mean, that's just things like that. There are people that just do videos of flowers that they find on their walks, or branches and tree leaves, or combination of leaves on things, and there are people that like are big into that. So to say that, like, if anybody who read my stuff wouldn't, I wouldn't get a fan base, there's a ton of people out there, and I'm sure somebody might be interested in my writing. For those of you who are interested, I'm currently on Inkitt. You might check On the Road with the Wolf or Sir Drink Salon. There's a link on the main page. So yeah. But yeah, drinks. We haven't talked in a while. And just so you know, by a while, the last 2 weeks of videos that you guys have seen, I haven't done squat. So, skull. But yeah, it's been interesting. It has been interesting. I've been meaning to do the zero sugar, so this is my first start into that. Mainly, anyway. It's not bad. Like I say, it does leave a bit of an aftertaste, but the Coke really is decent. It is decent. I mean, honestly, I'm keeping this in the fridge because I'm trying to stick away from sugar, like high fructose corn syrup kind of stuff. You know, not necessarily just that, but large amounts of sugar. Small amounts, not that big of a deal. Big amounts, okay, I've got to stick away from that. Somebody hands me a bag of powdered donuts, I gotta say sorry. You know, somebody hands me a Jolly Rancher, I might have a Jolly Rancher, but I need to. I'm minimizing, and I am feeling some results. So it's or it could just be me. I could just be awesome. It's possible. And I haven't been doing any streaming. My focus has been off of that since I did those videos. I have been replaying Dead Space. I tried to do some video and it was crap. I went and reinstalled Dead Space 2, and since I had an EA account, when I logged back into it, I still had my saves, and I'd forgotten how much I had done. This was the third playthrough. My last save was a third playthrough. I had the devil horns, or rather than, and so I've been just wasting bad guys in my riot suit, advanced riot suit, or whatever. And that's been fun. I've really enjoyed that. It goes down really, really well. It's very nice. It's not overly sweet, and the aftertaste isn't that bad. I think, okay, I'll have to do the Zero Dr. Pepper next and tell you guys about that, because it has a bit more of a sweeter aftertaste, and it lingers a bit longer. And I had a burp shortly after I had drank it, and I was kind of like, it's not palatable very well. Drinking is good, but I'm just more used to Coke than I think Dr. Pepper. And then there's Diet Dr. Pepper, which I've got to go over. But rating wise, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5, and I'm going to go ahead and give this I want to give it an 8. I think I'm going to give it a 7. This gets a 7 and a 4. Like I said, this is the old guard. So we got to try some of the new stuff. Anyway, I've been rambling on for like 18 minutes now. Went almost 19. But I just want you to know that I'm doing well, and I'm doing videos, and I hope you guys are doing well as well. As always, I'm Sir Drinkslot. I'm wishing you health, wealth, and love with enough time and gusto to enjoy it all, down to the last drop. It feels so good to get that out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.